平和とは言えない。
Alright, welcome to the Anime Therapy Podcast, episode 17. We're here. Sorry for the delays and the missed weeks, but we got it all settled. I got a regular job, so now I can pay for the editing software. And we picked a new day, so we record on Mondays now. But none of that matters. Matt, what's up?
You know, not much, man. You know, we've been gone for a couple weeks, but we've been doing stuff. You know, It's not like we've been, lazy.
Yeah, I've been watching you play games with other people. I've been playing my own dating sims alone.
I too am playing a dating sim, Fire Emblem. It's great.
Yeah. I'll be playing a dating sim that my girlfriend, who's taking a nap now, has been wanting me to play, and we're gonna play that tomorrow on stream. She's been wanting me to play it. I was like, all right, I'll play it. Valentine's Day, we can stream us playing it. It's a dating sim kind of thing. It's not Persona 5. I'm already playing that dating sim. I'm making my way very slowly. I have now less time to play games. Like, I get home, I hop on Discord, watch you guys play games, and then you guys are like, all right, good night, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed too. And then I turn on my PlayStation and then immediately turn it off, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. It's rough out in these streets for workers. You know, if we have people, on the Patreon, like patreon.com/justdailyalive, and supporting, then I wouldn't have to work and I could put out a lot more content, like the Sekiro gameplay video I've been working on for 2 months. The Naruto Jeopardy quiz, which we did do, finally. I'm editing that slowly.
Hey, that was a lot of fun.
It was. Stay tuned, see who won. It's a great time. I had a blast. I would love to do more. I'm excited for that to come out, but I'm gonna put a lot of actual effort and work into editing it. I want it to be jam-packed full of fun edits and sound effects and stuff. But yeah, I guess it's time to talk about anime. I've been wanting to talk about anime with you for a hot minute. Because yes, as we've done some things, we haven't really talked anime that much.
But it comes and goes, and yeah, I've been occupied with a few other things, and I've just been distracted from anime right now. I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem Engage, which has been a lot of fun. And then I've been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 because I restarted that game because I never fully finished that. So 2 big story mode games that have been.
So you didn't get far into Ratchet and Clank then, I guess.
No, I have not. But although what I did do in that game was a lot of fun. So I will be looking forward to going back to that.
Yeah.
But the 2 titles that I'm playing just kind of grabbed me a bit more for the time being. And also, for those that are unaware, I am a dungeon master, not a sex thing, and
in this context, not a sex thing.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I've been preparing a new campaign, and it's based off a source book, but I'm coming up with a lot of it, so that is also taking a lot of time.
I think I'm most bummed out that I can't be a part of this campaign, because this is exactly the type of world and aesthetic and characters that appeal to me so heavily. Like, I love the supernatural, vampires, werewolves, dark. I love that shit. That's my jam right there, and I'm bummed that I can't be a part of it.
If the work schedule ever changes, we talk, but real life comes first, obviously. So
yeah, Chungus Jr. That maybe.
If only we could be truck-cooned into the D&D campaign that I'll be running. So then you could be a
Yeah. Have you been watching the new season of Vox Machina? Speaking
I
of
started
animation.
started it, haven't finished it.
Okay.
Still as good as the first season so far. So
We
also it revolves around dragons, and I love dragons.
Yeah. We watched the first episode together. We watched the whole first season together, week to week. And there's a lot out right now, but we watched the first episode of season 2 together. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think we watched the first episode kind of rushed, so it wasn't the same vibe as when we were watching it week to week. So we gotta find the right time to do that. That way, like, make dinner and hang out together and watch it. Where this time she just showed up and I was like, sit down, we're gonna watch, and it wasn't the same vibe. But
You
yeah,
guys have crazy work schedules, and that's like that's an interesting thing to talk about with regards to anime, is that life circumstances can change the way how you feel about anime. Like if you watch an anime at a particular time, your opinion of it might change if you watch it at a different point in time. So like if you're
like Anohana, if I had watched that at a time where I was like still smoking weed and sadly single and living on my own, probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. Where now, like, I didn't really feel a need to be sad. So
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side too, there's like, maybe a show like Horimiya, like you're in a happy relationship right now. So watching that show in a happy relationship is like, it feels good, man, right? But if you're like, single for life, depressed as fuck that you can't get like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whomever you're interested in, and you watch that show and you see cute relationships like flourish, you might be like,
fuck these people.
Stupid. Fuck these people, bro.
Fuck these people,
Horimiya is
so
the combination of their two names. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I want that. Like.
It reminds me of the old Vine by I can't remember who it was, but he's well known. I just can't remember his name, but he's like, the Vine is like him walking behind a couple and they're holding hands. He's like, oh, look at us, we're a happy couple. Get fucked, both of you. Like, yeah, I definitely used to be like that when I was single. Yeah, how about let me just get this out. Mushoku Tensei, which was the task that you gave me, what feels like last year. I mean, it wasn't, but it was like a month ago, a little less than a month ago, but watched it. God, where do I start? That's the thing, is like, how do I start talking about it? Because there's positives and negatives to this anime.
I mean, yes. I think you probably just start with the bad and just get it out of the way.
That last episode is like, what? That was the worst last episode I've ever seen, because it was like, the last episode of the season was, hey, I know we already finished the season, but we have one more episode, so let's just do a go back in time at a point where something else was happening with oh my god, I need to have the characters up.
We're talking about the mage.
I'm gonna have to cut that. Not Ruijerd. Ruijerd is the name that he gives himself when they are in the Dead End guild, because he names himself after. Wait, Ruijerd. There's Ruijerd, which is the actual green-haired guy who shaves his head. Ruijerd is the name that he gives himself. It's Rudius. Yeah, so the last episode was, we're gonna follow this red-haired girl, right? And it's gonna be like, take place at a time that we already saw, but at that time we were following Rudius when he meets back up with his dad after leaving the scary country or whatever. I forget the name of it. So it was just like not necessary, but the episode before that actually finished the season with him and her finally consummating and then she leaves his ass. And I was like, oh, damn. What a hole. And then the next episode, which was the last episode of the season, had nothing. It was pointless. That annoyed me. But positives and negatives of the show as a whole. Positives, I thought the characters were great. I thought the animation was great. The art style is great. The music I really liked. I like the concept. I like the world. You would think that's everything, but it's not. The negative heavily outweighs the positive, which is it's fucking disgusting. Like, I was uncomfortable so many times because it's a 40-something-year-old dude who dies and is reincarnated, which would have been fine, but he retains the memories and the mindset of a 40-year-old, and even talks like his internal monologue is his voice as he was in his previous life, which is like a 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude. So when he's getting all pervy over a 10-year-old girl, it was very, very uncomfortable, and I did not like that, personally. There may be people who loved that, and they should be on a list. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, I thought that was super uncomfortable.
I don't think it was, you know, anybody was like, this is the part of Mushoku Tensei that I love and that slaps, right? It's like, if you're I'd like to think if you are a reasonable human being, that part will make you feel, you know, okay, this is wrong, right? Yeah. And, you know, for me, I was just like, oh, so this is gonna be a thing. Okay, I'm gonna ignore this stuff like really quickly. To which it didn't really detract my enjoyment of the show, because I was like, that's not really what the show's about. So
if I had watched it in Japanese, it might have been different, but I watched it in English, so you can clearly hear the voice of the 40-year-old mindset separate, where in Japanese I'm sure it would have blended together for me, because I would be too focused on reading, but they did play very heavily into the like young and sexualized, right? Like, I read a comment the second to last episode when they actually finally boop together. I read a comment, and it was like, there were people who had the same issues that I had, which was like the sexualization of like a 13-year-old, 15-year-old girl or whatever. And then someone was like, it's if you think about it, it's at least in a tasteful sense where it's more of a coming of age story and not like a harem anime, where a harem anime that would have just been completely not okay. But in the sense of this is a coming of age story, you see him from the age that he was born to like 15 years old. You watch him grow up. It's definitely more of a coming of age story, and it's tasteful in that sense. I could understand that. I agreed with that in a sense, but they also had a trope that you and I are both sick of, which is they look super young, but actually they're 200 years old, right? It's like, fucking come on, make her at least look like an adult woman, but be 200 years old. She doesn't have to look like a child and be 200 years old. She could look like she's 20, but also be 200 years old. With the original blue-haired mage that teaches him, tries to teach him, I guess. I
mean, she teaches him. She's like, here's how you do this, and he's like, okay, I've done it. Next.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Moving on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so here's something that I had to double check, because I needed to make sure that I was correct before saying this. So the age of consent in Japan is 13. Yeah. And that's like the lowest out of like most countries, right? Most countries will be anywhere between 14 to 16, and in the United States, 18, right? So us culturally, with regards to sexualizing things, we're like adult. Adult,
Yeah.
only adults can be sexualized. If you sexualize a child, that's weird,
Yeah.
okay? And even in shows where it's like, these people are high schoolers. The high schoolers are played by 20-year-olds or like 20-something-year-olds.
Right. Right.
maybe 30-year-olds, who knows? Like,
Yeah. I could
um,
play a 16-year-old. I feel like at
right,
times.
we are the perfect demographic for 16-year-old high school students, yes, in
Yeah.
a movie. Um, but the combination of age of consent being so young, combined with the image of an actual child, um, makes it uncomfortable, right? Especially when the voice actors match the part too.
Right.
And so
Well, let me just throw this at you real quick. They're not in Japan in the story. Technically speaking, they're not in Japan.
yeah, yes, I do understand that, and I don't think the
So it goes two ways. One, that world's consent could be 11, right? Or it could be 18. So it's ambiguous, but I did just want to actually you right there.
Yeah, that's fine, but it is a Japanese produced
Yeah.
form of media.
The Japanese
and
person
that's-
did write the story, yes.
Yes, I generally think for anime that's kind of the mindset where that occurs. I'm okay with that most of the time. There is a little bit Mushoku Tensei gets a little bit more weird because it's they're both young adults and they're consenting, but in the back of Rudy's mind, it's like there's that 40-year-old dude, so it feels predatory.
Yes. Like when he inner monologue gets like all pervy and like what, I'm just like, couldn't you at those times just have him say it as a kid and not have the mindset of like ooh? But I get it. He is a 40-year-old in the mind and in the body of a child, but he is reliving the life as a child, so he kind of reverts from being 40 years old. As he grows up, he kind of starts to revert to the childish way of thinking, but that doesn't stop him from just absolutely decimating his dad in like a battle of logic, because he's just like when his dad tries to punish him when he pulls down the pants of Elsie or Elfie or whatever, Selfie, something, the elf girl, because he didn't know, and then he's like yelling at him, and he's like, well, actually, and he totally fucking shits on him because he's actually a lot older than Paul. I like how he calls him Paul too in the show, and not Dad. But also Paul, what a fucking scumbag, right? Like,
Dude. Rudy repairs a marriage.
yeah. He's like, well, let's be honest, it's all his fault. She had nothing to do with it. And then in the maid's mind, she's like, actually, I'm the one that seduced him, but I'm not gonna say anything. And Rudy's just like, yeah, no, it was Paul's fault, but she shouldn't have to be kicked out. Let's just try to be a family. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to rate the anime just because, one, I know it's not done. There's a second season coming soon, and two, I'm conflicted. Like, I watched it all. There were plenty of times where I was confused as hell because the story jumped in so many different ways so randomly, but it was also trying to tell the story of the blue-haired chick, simultaneously with his journey in the Dark Continent. Dark Continent's Hunter x Hunter, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm okay with the separate storytelling like that because I think it's just gonna be stuck between Rudy and the blue-haired mage, right? And I think that if you ignore the, kind of predatory shit that occurs in the show, I think that the show is really well written. I think that the characters are fantastic. The world is really cool too.
The
Like it
world is the
actually
coolest
feels
part,
like
for
a
sure.
fantasy world.
Yeah.
You know.
When
And
I
I
asked you,
love
I
that.
wanted something fantasy, like you gave it to me. Like that world feels very fantasy.
So, I think like if you ignore that stuff, this is probably like an 8 or a 9 show for me, just because of how like cool everything else is. But you can't ignore those things when
Yeah.
you're evaluating a show, you know? You can't just pick and choose when you're giving
Yeah.
something a score. So, I mean, for me, it brings it down a couple points. So I'm looking at either like a 6 or a 7.
It's definitely
right now.
not one that you recommend to someone who's just starting to watch anime. Definitely not.
No, because then they will never watch anime again.
Exactly. The darker skinned cat chick warrior. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I love that she doesn't know how to read, I love that she doesn't know how to read, and he's teaching her how to read, and she's like getting excited about like when he tells her, "Yeah, you did it," and she's like, "Yeah," but she's like this fucking absolutely ripped. Like I like when he's like, "Can I see your tail?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And pulls it down, and her butt is just so muscular that it doesn't even actually look appealing anymore. Like it doesn't seem sexualized at all because her butt is just straight up 2 boulders attached to her legs. But yeah, goddamn, she woo. Hot. For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really rate it. I don't. I'm too conflicted on how I feel. I don't know how I feel overall, but like I said, the positives were pretty much everything, and the negative was the underage perpiness was the one con. Everything else was really good. And it felt very D&D like almost, because it's like at one point you then just have a party of like misfits and like a race of people that everybody knows but has misunderstood, and he comes along and he's the spearman, and then you have the mage, and then you have the fighter, right? It felt very D&D-esque. I will say real quick, English dub for the most part pretty okay. The one character whose voice is goddamn the worst is the red-haired girl, Elsie or whatever her name is.
Oh, really?
Worst English voice. It's terrible.
In the Japanese VA, she had the like very characterized like bratty, like spoiled rich kid like.
Which is what they did in English, but it's so annoying. Like it doesn't fit. The voice actress did a good job, but I just don't think it fit for her character.
The tonal things for like different emotions are like so, you know, they're so interesting as far as voice acting is concerned, because I do think that there are some things that dub probably does better than sub, as far as like, you know, how English voice inflections occur.
Yeah.
But like there are definitely some things where like you listen to, you know, a voice line in English and I'm like, ugh, this isn't attractive at all, this sucks, you know? And then I listen to it in Japanese and I'm like, mommy please, you know? Like
yeah. like Gantz is so funny in English because the infliction of cursing in English is so well known to us that when K Corona does curse in English, like he's like, what the fuck? Like it translates so well to us. And in Japanese they still use the words, but it's not the same to us. Yeah, I mean that
the Haikyuu dub is really funny as well.
I really like the Haikyuu dub. I forget his name, but the buzz cut dude, he's fucking so great in English. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have on Mushoku Tensei. Like, I keep saying I will probably watch season 2, but I am so bad at watching season 2s of animes. Like, haven't even finished Doctor Stone season 2. I didn't even finish ReZero season 2. I got pretty far, but I didn't actually like finish it out. I know. Yeah, I'm really bad at that. So like, I want to say I'll watch season 2, but
We'll definitely watch season 2 of Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for bigger and better things.
Yeah.
So.
I checked out the other anime that same Studio Bind, did for Mushoku Tensei. They've only done 2. It's Mushoku Tensei and the new one that's out. That one's also very weird. It's, I think, called Onimai. I Am Your Sister Now. This scientist little sister turns her older brother into a little sister, like in all sense. Like, he doesn't even know. She just pulls an experiment on him, turns him into a little sister, like this little girl, and she's like, huh, interesting, it worked, all right, cool, I'm gonna like dress you up and like take you out and make you do cute little sister things.
I hate that. That's all.
Yeah. I only started it because there's one character and one scene when she changes into a bathing suit, and it looks very, very good. But it's not either of the sisters, it's a friend of the sisters, and like, that looks very good. Very very bouncy. Anyways, I mean, you've watched Licorice Recoil. I still haven't watched it. I figured we could save that for when I did watch it, which I will try to watch this week. And you haven't finished K yet, but you did message me. You were like, so Cat Girl, I was like, yeah, Cat Girl.
I mean, you know, anybody's that's seen K just knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, K was really confusing in the beginning, up until the point where they explained how basically the Japanese government doesn't matter, and it's all about the 7 families, you know. And then I was like, okay, this makes a little more sense. Although also people just trying to commit murder in like the middle of the fucking street is like, like out in the open. It's just, and it's like very nonchalant, and it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing.
I mean, what's anybody gonna do about it?
Right.
It's the seven kings, you know, the different colors. Yeah, I do really like the secondary main character to the main character, the samurai with the long hair. He's great. Yeah, the coolest character in that, which I'm sure you've met, is the red hair dude with the fucking fur jacket. He's the king, the Red King.
Red King.
Yeah. He is so fucking cool. And one of
He's
his
in jail right now, but
yeah.
I feel like that's for a reason.
Yeah. And one of his homies that skateboards, like those skateboarding scenes are just so cool to me. I'm very connected to skateboarding, and you don't see it very
That guy
often.
with the orange hair is so fucking annoying, man. He's like your typical hothead, like, character in anime. And I just, like, I hate that, because they serve no purpose. Like, this guy's just, like, he has no, like...
What are you talking about?
To...
Haikyuu had that same character, the one that I love. He's hot-headed for no reason.
No, but like he like actually has, you know,
a purpose,
an attitude type thing. Yeah, and he has a purpose as like a striker, you know. So it's like, but this guy's just like, I'm gonna do some cool skateboard moves and then try and hit some people, and then can't talk to girls too, because gotta throw in that as well.
Hey, he sounds just like me at that age. Loves skateboarding, just wants to hit people and can't talk to girls. Yeah, I mean, I do think that you should try to finish it at least.
No, I'll continue it for sure. And that character is not gonna stop me from finishing Joe, especially since I'm at the point where he finds the shirt in his closet, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
looking a bit suspicious now, huh, kid? You know?
Yeah. The show is definitely a thinker, and that's why I think that you would like it, because you like the thinking animes, the strategic, and like it gives off like not Steins Gate vibes in the sense that they are anything alike, but Steins Gate vibes in the sense that like you gotta pay attention and like you'll learn things about characters that end up being important for the story. As much as I've watched Steins Gate, I got 8 episodes in 3 times, so I remember those first 8 episodes quite well. Talk about annoying.
You're quite the outlier in the Steins Gate community.
I know. But I mean, just can they put her in the microwave? Just real quick to Steins Gate, the text message of a old wives' tale being true was so like the old wives' tale is when you're pregnant, if you eat more vegetables, it will be a girl. If you eat more meat, it'll be a boy. That isn't real. That doesn't actually apply to it. But the fact that he's like, oh well, this boy who dresses like a girl wants to be a girl, so let's send a text back to his mom when he's pregnant with him to eat more vegetables instead of meat. That way they'll be born as a girl, and then that it is a girl. I'm like, so if any kid saw that, they would be like, oh, so that is true. And then, Mom, why didn't you eat more? It's like, it doesn't make sense. But I did get that far. I got that far. Where that's probably like right around the time that I stopped. That and was it some American chick who like kind of infiltrated the group and like wanted to find out about it was there, and like the whole turning the cross-dressing boy into a girl who they truly wanted to be. I liked that. I thought that was cool, but that's as far as I got. I never actually finished it. I got the premise, pretty much, but I'm guessing he fucks things up to the point where it gets really serious, because if you mess with time messes back.
I don't know, man. You'll just have to watch it.
How about you just explain the plot of Steins Gate to me in the fullest?
Alright, so imagine a phone, and a microwave. And for some reason, those two things just work together.
Wait, where's my old flip phone? I still have it.
Yeah, put your phone in the microwave.
Yeah. Yeah, put a banana in the microwave, and then it will actually just be attached, but all gooey and spoiled. Yeah, so alright, we talked about anime. How about I mean, it's not, you could also do one for me, but I would like to play a little game where I think of an anime character and you have a certain amount of time to try to guess who it is. And you could also do that with me, and I'll put a timer up when we do it. That way it's, involvement. And I would say it's gonna be any character, right? So you gotta ask the questions, right? Is it a shonen? Is it a, yada yada yada? Is it from this anime?
Basically like 20 questions, but for anime.
Exactly. But you can ask more than 20 questions. You just have to get it within, let's say, 2 minutes? A minute?
I'm really bad with names sometimes, so I might just give you a description, and I'll let you know if that's the person or not.
Yeah. Well, you have to say the actual name to win, so you're fucked! No, I'm kidding.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick some obscure character.
Is it One Piece?
Yeah, good luck. Alright, let me think of a character. How about go with... Alright. I have a character. And you will go ahead and try to guess the character starting now.
Is it a boy?
Yes.
Is he from a shonen?
Yes.
Is he from Naruto?
Yes.
Okay. Is he a main character?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Is he from the Leaf Village?
Yes.
Okay. Is he? Has he left the Leaf Village? Like no longer associated with the village?
No.
Okay. Was he a Genin when Naruto was a Genin?
Yes.
Okay. Is he on Naruto's team?
No.
Okay. Is he on Azuma's team?
Yes.
Okay. Is he a fatty fat man?
No.
Is it Shikamaru?
Yes, it's Shikamaru. Alright. I also forgot to start a timer, but you got it within the time limit. I was gonna do like a minute 30 seconds, but yeah, Shikamaru. So I figured I'd go with like an easy, thing. It wasn't obviously gonna be a main character, but
no, that's absolutely fair. Let me see if.
Are you gonna check my mal to see if I've seen the anime?
No. I 100% know you've seen this. Okay, cool. I have one. I will set a timer.
Okay.
For 2 minutes. And go.
Is it from a shonen?
No.
Is it from a rom-com?
No.
Is it from an isekai genre?
No.
Is it from a seinen?
Oh, what's those again?
Adult animes.
Adult anime, yes.
Okay. Is it an actual anime character? Oh,
Yes,
well.
it is an actual anime
Okay.
character.
Has this character had animes that did not do so well?
No.
Critically. Okay. Is it a harem-based anime?
No.
Okay. Is it a boy?
Yes, I would say it's a boy.
Is it a human?
No.
Is it Shiki from Parasite?
No.
Damn it!
You got 45 seconds.
Okay, is it it's not a human, could be a boy from seinen. Oh my god. Is it from the show Gantz?
No.
Is it from Akame ga Kill?
No.
Fuck. Is it from Berserk?
No.
Dude, god.
Oh no.
Do I have a manga of it?
I'll pause. What manga do you have?
Okay, I'll just
Yes, you do. I see it. Yes, you do.
Okay, continue. Is it from Death Note?
Yes.
Is it Ryuk?
Yes, it
Oh my god.
is. with 3 seconds left, if I hadn't paused it, it would have been over.
Oh my god. You're like, let me pause it. What manga do you have? God damn. So I guess.
I only noticed it because you had the big, like, kind of omnibus style
Yeah.
ones down there. Yeah.
The black editions. Oh my god. Okay.
I was like, let me pick a very, like, top 10 Mal type character, and I was like, oh shit, maybe we talk too much about Code Geass that we forget that Death Note's actually.
So when you said seinen, and then I was like, is it a boy? And you're like, I guess. And then I was like, is it human? And you're like, no. I'm like, it's gotta be Shiki from Parasite. I thought I had it. The
only thing that I didn't remember, because I haven't seen Death Note in a long time, is if the Shinigami actually have like genders associated with them. Like, I know Ryuk's voice sounds like a guy's, right?
Yeah.
But
And Ren is like the voice is like somewhat male-ish, female-ish. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. I mean, that was good. I was so worried too because I'm like, wow, I'm just not gonna get it. Awesome. Okay. I got one for you, and I will set a timer for 2 minutes. I do have to look up the thing.
And we're asking only yes or no questions, right? Not like how many seasons are there, or.
I could try to answer those at the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be yes or no. But if it's like, you know, name the plot, right? Or like describe the plot, then it's gonna be like, well, then no, bug off.
Blank is a blank located in blank.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have my character, and I will start a timer now.
Okay. Is it a boy?
Yes-ish.
Okay. Yes-ish. Are they from a shonen?
Yes.
Okay. Are they from a popularized shonen?
Yes.
Okay. Are they from Naruto?
No.
Are they from Bleach?
No.
Let's see. What else is there? Demon Slayer?
No.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
Oh boy. Are they in a world with guns?
Yes.
Okay. Is it from Psycho Pass?
No.
Is it from Gantz?
No.
Oh shit. What else is guns? Is there what period is the world in?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Are
You have a minute.
Okay. Are they? Is there magic in the world?
Technically, no.
Okay. Boyish guns. Is this from Tokyo Ghoul?
No.
Okay. Is there? Oh no, there's magic or abilities in Tokyo Ghoul.
30 seconds.
Is this from Berserk?
No.
Is this from? Ooh, I am head empty on this. I'll just ask, is it from One Piece?
No.
Okay, because I was not gonna know.
10 seconds.
I am not gonna know this. Yeah, I've got nothing else.
Okay, final guess.
I don't have anything to base this off of. I would guess. I don't know. I don't have a guess.
Just anything. Just give it a shot. Just any character. Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
Any character, we say. I'll just say. I know you didn't say it was from the show, but I'm gonna guess him anyway. Is it Kogami from Psycho Pass?
No.
Okay.
I was thinking of the reason why I said boy-ish was because this character is both a boy and a girl. And alchemy is not considered magic in Full Metal Alchemist. I was thinking of the Chimera dog girl from Full Metal Alchemist. And I had to look up if Full Metal Alchemist was shonen or not, and it is. Whatever its name is. I don't think it has a name. It's just the Chimera of Alexander and whatever the
It's
girl's
just
name.
Nina.
Nina and Alexander, yes.
I would say that alchemy, the alchemist powers are magic.
In their
Definitely.
world, it's not magic, it's alchemy. And alchemy is a real thing. It's not magic. Magic is something separate from alchemy. I don't know. But when you said what time, I was like, I don't know, like, at what, like, era it takes place. I wouldn't know.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist, I would just said fantasy. But the note, when you said no to magic, I got rid of Fullmetal Alchemist. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
magic. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that you're not trying to Trent me on this one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Because Payne is not one of the orphans.
He is not.
It's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to watch, watch the Naruto Jeopardy when it comes out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What do I want to give you, and then give you a bullshit.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Alchemy's not magic.
Get them in the comments.
Alchemy is science, okay? It is stated many times in the show.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I have my.
Wait, what was that?
Right,
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh no, you didn't miss
okay.
anything.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
I have someone.
Okay. All right, go
2
ahead.
minutes
start
on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. Kerchow.
Okay, does the anime feature boobs fully exposed?
Fully exposed? No.
Boobs.
Yes, boobs. No.
Okay, is it a boy?
No.
Is it a girl?
Yes.
Okay. Just have to be clear. Is it from the big three?
No.
Is it a 2010s anime? If you don't know, you can just pass and then.
Yes, it is a 2010s anime.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, like from 2010 or.
No, from the 2010s.
Okay, from the 2010s, yes, it is.
Okay, is it a shonen?
No.
Is it a rom-com?
No.
Is it a slice of life?
Nope.
Is it isekai?
Yes.
Okay. Is it considered a comedy?
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Okay.
Actually, just yes. The answer
Okay.
is yes.
Okay. It's a girl character. Does the girl character use magic?
She does.
Can she only do one magic spell a day?
No.
Okay.
But I see where you're going with that.
Is the character evil or good?
Good.
Good.
20 seconds.
Oh my god, already? Jesus. Is it Amelia Tom from ReZero?
No.
Is it Beatrix from ReZero?
No.
Is it from Konosuba?
No.
Okay. Is it from Reincarnated as a Slime?
No, your time is up.
Okay.
So.
Final guess. Jesus Christ. Okay. Isekai comedy.
Female isekai comedy, so.
Yeah, female that can use magic.
Uh-huh.
Is it the main goddess from Cautious Hero?
It is. It's Restart.
Oh my god! Yeah, I couldn't remember her name. Oh my god. Holy shit. Damn, that was good. That was good. Because, like, I was thinking Konosuba. He would pick a character from Konosuba, not Cautious Hero. And what did you do? You really pulled the rug out from under me.
Did.
Because I was thinking Megami. That's why I asked.
Right.
Um,
Explode
Explosion and carry me back.
Yeah.
And just has that face on her. Damn. All right. Good. I wish I could remember her name. At the time. I didn't think you were gonna pick like a main character though. That's why I was like, you said you were gonna do some bullshit, and I was like, God, it's probably gonna be some like one episode character.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's. What was your first one? Oh yeah, Ryuk.
My first one was Ryuk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got one out of the two, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you know, about the whole magic question, but.
Yeah. How could you?
You know, I'm all about science, and that's just like how I look at everything. Like, magic really is just science that we don't understand, right? Like, that's kind of what magic is, right?
I mean, if you're all about science, I don't know why you didn't pick Senju in the fucking Heroes draft, but, you know.
Okay, I was going to, but you picked him. He was on my list. You reminded me of that.
Didn't really value science enough, huh?
Yeah, I guess, you know, it should have been number one, but, you know, whatever. At least I got Lelouch.
True.
Well, yeah. So I will watch Licorice Recoil this week, and then we can talk about it. And I asked you what you thought about it, and you were like, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want it to sway how you feel, which makes me think that it was really good, because we've talked about not wanting to overhype things, especially if we really want someone to watch something. You don't overhype it at all. That's why I tell people One Piece is worth watching, and I don't say anything else.
I mean, look, I understand why the anime was nominated for so many awards. Alright, that's all. That's like, you know, it's, and when we talk about it in depth more, I'll have a lot to say about it. But in the meantime, you know. I
watched the first like 10 minutes of the first episode of Edge Runners.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, okay. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What? Dude,
it's crazy, right?
It just starts off so batshit crazy, and then...
It just goes right into the Santa Vista, and just like...
Yeah.
Just fucking
and then just,
everyone.
You know, just some titties, just some drug use, just some gore. I'm like, this is an interesting 2 minutes of the beginning of this anime, okay. And then I fell asleep.
You gotta get into the world, man.
I don't really want to, but, you know. I only watched it because Miss Napsky over here was like, I want to watch it, so she put it on. She was like, are you okay with me watching this? I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll watch it, you know. You know, you just
like...
I watched like 10 minutes, and then I was just like, I'm just too tired, and I just ended up falling asleep. But, you know, hey, if you really want me to watch an anime, why don't you just like put out maybe, and then maybe I'll feel obligated.
Yeah, I'm not gonna obligate you to Edge Runners. I think that show is just good to watch on its own.
But if you want me to watch Arcane, then you know,
right, yeah, I have to like tell you to watch Arcane. No. I have.
Oh no, you have to put out.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. You have to put out in order for me to feel obligated.
I know. I trust me. I'm aware. I've got my next one for you too. After Licorice Recoil. So, okay. If you're interested to know what it is.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll watch Licorice Recoil for sure, and then I'll after I'm done with that. Because Licorice Recoil, is that a full season or is that a half season? And
half season.
Oh, so
it's
like
a halfie.
12, 13 episodes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can knock that out.
This one's also a halfie, so.
Yeah, why don't you give it to me?
It's Bocchi the Rock.
No, Bocchi is in Ranking of Kings.
No, that's Bocchi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want me to watch Ranking of Kings again? I can do that.
No.
Right.
I want you to watch Bocchi the Rock.
All right. Well, this has been episode.
No, look. You have a lot of reservations towards your show, and you know I said I'm not an overhyper, but I must say this: Bocchi the Rock is in my top 5 anime of 2022.
Okay.
It's,
Okay. All right. I mean, I have a hard time wanting to watch it because James recommended it so much, and I don't
know,
like
it's hard
the things that
it's
he
hard
likes.
to listen to incels, but you know,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. When he just like when his track record is, you know, Death Note is dumb and, you know, One Piece sucks, and it's like, if you haven't watched it all, then you can't have that opinion. But he's so stubborn, and then he's like, you should watch Bocchi the Rock, it's really good. I'm like, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes and say that it sucks, then you'll know how I feel.
Look, you could do that with
Cyberpunk.
Look, I love James to death. He has very different anime preferences, if you can call them that. He doesn't really watch a lot of anime.
Yeah.
And telling you as somebody who, like, you know, obviously watches a lot of anime,
Yeah.
Bocchi the Rock was fucking sick. I
Okay.
loved it. So
Yeah. I mean, the day that he watches Food Wars will be the day that I throw all my reservations out about it, because, I mean, come on. It's so good. He liked 7 Deadly Sins, and 7 Deadly Sins is not good.
that show is trash, bro.
It's
Like,
not
that
good.
show is trash.
Did you see the new fucking CG movie that they made on Netflix?
Nah,
There's
I
a new
didn't.
movie. It's like fully CG, and it's
Oh
not.
boy.
It's so bad.
Oh, last kind of like closing thought here, before we wrap this thing up. I am going to see the new Kaguya-sama movie tomorrow,
Ooh.
because it is out for Valentine's Day and the day after Valentine's Day. But going on Valentine's Day with Lauren, so she's gonna come with me.
So you're asking
and-
us to go with you?
It's already sold out.
Oh, like, of course it is. Fucking couples
Yeah,
and their.
I was like, I looked for tickets and I was just like, okay, you know, movie theater near me. Okay, yes, look at, you know, Valentine's Day. And it was like, would you like to choose from one of 6 seats remaining? And I was like, weaves are coming out in force for this one. Let's go. All right, we like it.
So you're gonna be sitting in like the 3rd row, and then Lauren's gonna be sitting in like the 8th row, right?
No, we're in the back of the back. Yeah.
But together?
Yes,
Oh,
together.
okay. It would have been funny. It's like, we're gonna go see this movie together, and then you get there and you're like, all right, enjoy the movie. My seat's over here. You're way up there.
Yeah, you're back there. Like, I gotta hang out with my bros.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That sounds cool. I'm sure
excited.
you're gonna enjoy it.
I'm sure I will. I love Kaguya-sama, so
Did
you
you?
know, a movie in the theaters?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's exciting.
Speaking of which, I guess last note. I mean, we still got like a few minutes, but last note. Speaking of anime movies, did you see that they're doing what they did with the Mugen Train arc with the Swordsman Village arc? They're making a movie.
I really hate that.
I do too.
I don't. Look, I understand that the revenue that an anime studio can earn from releasing their media as a movie is definitely, you know, good, right? My thing is, if they want to do that, I'd say release, like for this past season, right? If they did the Mugen Train arc, and then they just gave the movie to all the streaming services, right? And they were like, hey, if you have the rights to stream Demon Slayer on here, here is the movie, right? And then you just do a the full season of everything after, and then the entertainment district arc, right?
Yeah.
Instead of people saying, hey, new season of Demon Slayer, first 6 episodes are the movie.
Or the movie that you've already watched, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so Demon Slayer doesn't really come out until episode 7.
Right, it doesn't actually start yet.
Which, you know,
Yeah, that
I would
I also find that super annoying, especially since I've said this. I think I've said this on the podcast, but I've also said this multiple times that I am more hyped for the Swordsmith Village arc than anything that even comes after. Like we both read it all, and like I'm more excited for this part than after. Like I want to see this so bad, and they're like, "Hey, guess what? It's gonna be a movie." Which I think the movie's gonna be on Crunchyroll. That's where I saw the ad for it, was on Crunchyroll. I think it's gonna be on Crunchyroll, but still.
I saw like the only reason why I say I think it's probably in theaters is because they did that for Mugen Train, and also I have seen Crunchyroll ads for like movies before, both for Quintessential Quintuplets and Kaguya-sama, and they're in select theaters this day and this day, right? But I'm sure that the Demon Slayer movie will be more like popularized and released like an actual movie would, so like into theaters for probably a few weeks or a month or so, and then
wasn't Mugen Train like the highest grossing animated movie of the year?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely of the year.
Yeah, of the year. I don't think of all time, but of the year, because that's still, I think that's a Silent Voice. I think the Silent Voice is the highest grossing. Of animated movies, I think it's a Pixar movie of some sort, but of that year, I think Mugen Train was the highest grossing in theaters.
Mugen Train is just number one.
Highest grossing of all time?
Just in general.
Oh, wow.
It made $500 million.
Oh my god. $500 million.
Here's the list. I'm looking at a November 2022 article on CBR. One is Demon Slayer Mugen Train, $500 million. Number 2, Spirited Away at $400 million. 3, Your Name at $380 million. 4, Howl's Moving Castle at $236 million. 5, Ponyo at $200 million. 6, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 at $196 million.
What?
7, Weathering with You at $193 million. 8, Stand By Me Doraemon at $183 million. 9, Pokemon the first movie at $172 million. And then 10, Princess Mononoke at $170 million.
Wow, Silent Voice wasn't even on there. It makes sense that Studio Ghibli movies take up most of the top 10, but I'm surprised at, what do you say?
I'm now no longer as surprised that they are making another Demon Slayer.
I'm not surprised.
Because I too would be like, oh, we made the highest grossing anime movie. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, it's the Deadpool 2 thing all over again. I mean, Deadpool is the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. It beat out Passion of the Christ.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a single Mel Gibson movie, and I don't really care to. That's a whole different story. But I was surprised at Jujutsu Kaisen being number 5.
I think it was like 6 or something.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that because, I mean, I didn't hear like amazing things about it, but then again, it doesn't have to be critically acclaimed in order for it to make money. People will go and see it, and then once they've already spent the money, that's what goes towards the gross.
Also, they did it the correct way, where they released Jujutsu Kaisen, and everybody was like on Jujutsu Kaisen's dick, right? Because it was so fucking good. And then they were like, "Hey, here's a movie," and it's like, "Okay, cool, we'll go see it."
And then they're gonna not like release the next season, first 6 episodes being the movie. I think. I don't know.
I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is a prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen, so
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I played so many Kingdom Hearts games. When I hear 0, I just assume it's like at some point. I wasn't thinking about the fact that 0 actually means before 1.
0 does mean 0 in this case.
Not re-0.
No.
Not recoded. Not re-chain of memory. Anyways, yeah. good episode. I mean, I've been wanting to talk to you about anime. I've specifically wanted to talk to you about Mushoku Tensei, and like, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
You got it off your chest. You know,
did.
it's no longer in here. You know, it's out here in the YouTube sphere.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The dragon god dude, fucking, oh my god, he just decimated everybody so hard. It was insane.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're not of this world." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
Like, whoa, dude, chill. Like, right, little bro, like, calm down.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like a guy, like dude driving with his homies, and he just is like, "Man, fuck it," and then like, whoa, 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 calm down, calm down.
I'm about to end it all.
Man, fuck. All right. Well, good episode. Oof. Good episode. Yeah, we'll be back next Monday since we, you know, you can do Mondays now, and I am off on Mondays. It's good. We'll talk more anime next week. We'll talk about Licorice Recoil, or as I like to call it, licorice. Black licorice makes me recoil. I don't know. I didn't take 10 years of improv. Okay, I'm not cut out for comedy. Anyways, all right, we're gonna get out of here. I have a hot take though. The first 10 minutes of Edge Runners is enough for me. Better than Goblin Slayer. First 10 minutes.
Yes, we agree with that. Yes.
Hell yeah. All right. Adios, everyone. Peace.